I'm Caitlin Beevers, and these are the answers to the questions that people have asked about my road to recovery. Yeah, so that was something that we really made sure I had initially. I was in a brace that was restricted to full extended leg, and then it gradually go down week by week. But fun fact, my physio actually follows me. The NHS physio actually follows me on Instagram, and I took a photo of my leg, and I had a cushion underneath my knee, and she sent in all caps, "Take that cushion from under your knee right now," because people get used to thinking, oh, that's really comfortable, but it actually restricts your extension. So if anything, you're better putting it under your foot. And that's been the biggest saviour, I think. Otherwise, I've known people really struggle with their bend and extension, but fortunately, I've not really had a problem with that. It's a strange one because everything's process. Running, I had to pass tests to show that the strength and power on both my legs matched, that I wasn't massively out on my good leg to my bad leg, and that I did have the bend, I did have the power, and a lot of confidence. The plyos really helped me with that, dancing a lot of the time. we had a bit of a laugh, but the running, it's all relative, and depending on the injury, I wasn't allowed to run for over 7 months because they took my hamstring to reconstruct the area, and it takes your body 7 months to realise that hamstring's got a different role, to calcify it and to make sure that it's aware that it's not hamstring anymore, it's a tendon and ligament in my case, for the reconstruction. So it's just all relative to your injury. I'm hypermobile, so I get really tight all the time, everywhere, and I always have done, even prior to my knee. I think a lot of it is your typical stretches to release your quad, your hamstring and your calf. And the biggest one that people don't even consider is your glutes. You really need to loosen them. So if you're still struggling, try and find some glute exercises that will release your knee. So unfortunately, I've not done my ACL, but I know a lot of girls that have. If you've not had the operation yet, it's all about your prehab, so you've got not as far to come back afterwards. I think that's probably the biggest message I can give anybody. Make sure you really focus on your prehab and your rehab. Another big thing, make sure you listen to what they say. Make sure you don't put a pillow under your knee. Make sure you're doing all your exercises. They seem so tedious, but if you want to get back quicker, then that's the best way to do it. And don't overdo it in the first few weeks, because it's okay thinking I want to get back, but it's not possible. I've always said mental, because physically I've been fortunate with both of my injuries to hit all the points, apart from obviously having to go for the second operation, but I was still hitting all the points I needed to. I was still just in a lot of pain. Definitely mental. I did the injury in July last year, and I was inside for the best part of 11 months. That's a lot when I've been playing since I was 6, getting back into it. Playing since I was 6, being here 8 years, and it's all I've known, and to be stripped of that essentially and be put on a bike or put on a ski erg. Obviously it's better, an assault bike, it's obviously better to find your way back into it. And I appreciate the off-field staff for getting me there, but being on your own sometimes can be really tough. My patience certainly has been tested. Yeah, a few times I have to do a lap, and what I say is if it doesn't go right, I have to walk away and then turn around and come back in the room, because I just get so worked up if it doesn't go right. I'd say that my rehab hasn't been the easiest. I've had to have a second operation when it wasn't expected to. The first one should have done the job. And it's been a massive change. I had a bit of a mental breakdown when I was told that my season were over. until Leeds stepped in and gave me the operation for my second one. So I'd like to give a massive thank you to the Duchy Hospital for giving me that opportunity to get back to the field quicker. But that's probably been the hardest. I thought I was going somewhere, then I wasn't, and then I was waiting, and then luckily I got through in the end. Yeah, this year I haven't even thought about it, even when I was expected to come back earlier. This year, for me, mentally, isn't about trying to get back into the international squad this year. Next year's a really big year with the World Cup. That is a bigger priority in my eyes. And I think this year really needs to be about gaining my confidence back, getting my match day fitness, and just enjoying it again. I'm really excited to get back to the field, and I don't want the pressure of trying to force myself back into an England squad. But if it comes up, I won't put it off. Unfortunately, we've actually had quite a big group in rehab this year. I say unfortunately because the less people that are in, the better the team is outside. So unfortunately, it's been quite big, but it's been a really big supportive group. The people that we've been in have been quite big characters. Me and Ruby and Wright have been in for what feels like forever now. So we've been getting really close, along with Lacey and Grace Field were in for quite a while, Bella were in for quite a while. So it definitely gets you talking to people that, especially as a back, I wouldn't typically spend much time with the forwards because we get split a lot. So it builds those relationships that you wouldn't typically on the field. So I think although it's been tough, it's been actually really nice to get a different perspective. I got quite a few questions like this, and I thought it was really interesting. Obviously, I've gone from back-to-back big injuries, a full shoulder recon, which took me out 9 months. This already has taken me out 13 months, and I found the leg a lot worse, and I had struggled a lot more. Fortunately, at Leeds, we have Helen, who works with mental health. She's a safety officer. And even though I haven't really needed mental health chats, it's been nice just catching up with her quite often, just saying, oh, I'm running this week, and just having someone to talk to and tell them about your progress. It's all right telling everyone at home, but they're always going to be happy for you, so it's nice telling a bit of a stranger. And me and Helen have got on really well, and I think it's all about who you surround yourself with. People in rehab, out of rehab, we've got a good set of girls and the staff. And I think they've been a really big help to my recovery mentally as well. It's not something I get to see a lot when I were inside, but they're very well behaved. Lois keeps them in line. I've actually found it quite difficult still trying to take a captaincy role off of the field. I've been really working alongside Lois and Mel, who's been stepping in and doing a great job. I've just been trying to lead from example and doing everything I can to get back on the pitch quicker. Yeah, Lois invited me up to do the stats and have a bit of say around substitutions and stuff like that has massively helped me mentally on game days. I think having a role instead of just sitting there and watching the game, it gives me a contribution, it gives me something to look forward to on a game day. Whereas, like I said, I'd have been really, really lost and struggled otherwise. I like coaching though, and plus now I know what she's looking out for in a game, so when I'm back on the field I can go, she won't like that. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself just purely because I'm giddy enough in training, thinking about going back to a game. I think I just let my mind spiral. So I've been trying to think of, because I'm on returned minutes, how much involvement I should have in the time periods, because it'll be a 30, 60 and 80. How many carries should I have for a 30 if this is expected an 80 and stuff like that. I've already been playing that out, but I haven't imagined me doing it. Finally leading my team out. I've been playing for the club for 8 years now, and it's something I've always dreamed of doing. And the fact that I can actually do it this season when it wasn't really in the pipeline, it gets me really excited, and I'm looking forward to just being back out there with the girls.